Today, if you came on a Sunday morning to the Alton Mission, you would experience worship with a lot of people who are very different from each other. Probably half or more on any given Sunday of the people who come are chronically poor. They come with a lot of brokenness, but they come as they are. And when they come, they genuinely feel like the Alton Mission is their church. And if you're a poor person, you don't really feel like anything is yours. And most of the time, even when you come into the church, you come in expecting somebody else's space, somebody else's organization, some institutional or programmatic way of relating to you. And we've just gotten this grace of being able to relate to one another as friends, as brothers and sisters, where we all give and we all receive. And that really kind of comes to a climactic moment on Sundays when we do a common meal. And we have this little practice. It's so simple, it's almost silly, where we have a guest of honor. And so it's really nothing more than just a simple meal together. And then we have this little red plate that says you are special. And we have everybody do a drum roll and we tell the story that Jesus did about don't take the seat of honor, take the lowest seat, because maybe the seat of honor is yours and you'll be moved up and honored in front of everybody. And so we tell that story every week. And then we say, give us a drum roll and here's our guest of honor. And the look of surprise and the look of genuine love on people's faces. I mean, if you're the guest of honor, people clap for you. They're so happy for you. You get to go through the line first. It's such a simple thing. And yet, when I was the guest of honor, it was incredibly personal. It was transformative in a way. And it's been one of our most cherished practices now. What does it mean to be the Alton Mission? It means to honor one another above ourselves. And we have a little way of doing that means something very deep to us week in and week out. So there's a group of young leaders that I've been able to get connected to in the community. And so we're in a little community now that we've named Spirit Collective. And it's a group of young creatives, people who were already expending themselves for the good of Alton, and who were open to learning about and thinking about what does this actually have to do with something called the kingdom of God? What might Jesus have to do with Alton? What might Jesus have to do with my life? It was a group that started because I just tried to show up at places that were important in the community, tried to show up at events and was able to build some friendships with people, identify people in whom God was doing similar things, and then invite them to come together under the same roof and trust me that they're in a similar place. And so after a year of meeting together, we're at a place now where we're going to be studying leadership and how to be better leaders by following what Jesus says, by following his example as a leader, and by saying maybe there is some more power in this thing called the kingdom of God that we might be able to access for ourselves, but also for the good of our community. The Lantern is a network of people who are committed to God's good being restored in the city of Alton. And we want to see little communities of people organized around loving their neighbors, organized around serving the poor and the least of these and those who are the disinherited. We want to see a business incubator, because often in our community there's a big gap between those who are highly capable and get education and kind of go on to achieve their dreams, and those who are desperately poor and faced with a lot of brokenness. We do a lot of relief work. We give things. We give free food. We give free housing. We give free clothes. But we don't provide the developmental skills. There aren't steps in between where you say, okay, well, once you're stable enough to be able to buy your own food, we don't know what to tell you anymore. And so we want the Lantern to be a place where there's an intersection of community development and social responsibility with personal transformation and personal involvement in our own healing, taking responsibility for our own lives. And so we've been given the old post office that was built in the early 1900s, and we hope to transform that into a shared space in Alton where genuine transformation can happen in people and then spill out from there into the rest of the city.